And questions for Dennis? We have a Zoom question first here, Dennis, from Bobby Manning.
Hey, Dennis. I know a lot of you guys are just starting to get to know each other out on the floor for the first time, and I saw a lot of communication. You and Al talking in the backcourt, Jalen calling out some things to Rob. What was kind of the communication process like for the first game, getting to know each other, and what kind of things were you telling each other out there?
I mean, everybody just got to be vocal out there. I think communication is the key on the defensive end and on the offensive end. You know, to build chemistry, I think it starts with communication. So been doing it through training camp, now the first game, and we just tried to build from there.
Next Zoom question is from Mark Murphy.
Hey, Dennis. What's it been like getting to play with Al again? I mean, are you guys rediscovering some of the stuff that used to work between the two of you a couple of years ago?
I mean, it's just great to be in the same locker room as him, you know, every day. Just to see him, his leadership, his mentality in practice, keeping everybody together. I mean, that's what I loved about him my first year, my first few years, and still to this day. So everybody appreciate that. And yeah, he's been great for us.
We'll have a follow-up question from Mark.
It seems like you just have such a good feel for where he is on the floor. I mean, is it pretty just instinctive still between the two of you, especially when he goes to the rim?
Yeah, I mean, we've done it for a few years, and I mean, our chemistry is still there, I believe. In training camp, you know, we had a chance to talk about a few things, where he liked the ball at when he wants to score after pick and roll. And I mean, we've been just working on it and getting better at it each day.
In-person question from Sherrod Blakely.
Dennis, I wanted to just kind of follow up on Al. We hear a lot about Al's leadership and how that is, but from a player's perspective, what does that look like on a day in, day out basis, Al's leadership?
I mean, what he brings to the team every day is just coming in, you know, bringing everybody together off the court, on the court, the same thing. You know, it starts with him, myself even. But what he brings to the table, it's not a lot of people doing that in this league. And been seeing it my first year, you know, like I said before, and he keep doing it. And to have a great locker room is really, really important in this league, I believe. So we're in good hands there.
And just a real quick follow-up on that. You talk about the locker room and how important that is. What role do you see yourself playing in just that dynamic of the locker room? And how has that gone so far as getting to where you want to be?
I mean, it's been great so far. To have Al here makes it a little easier. I help as well, you know. Even the young guys try to push him every day. Even Jalen, JT, you know, try to push him. I mean, they're great players, but at the end of the day, you know, we just got to come together as a unit. And if we do that, we're going to be hard to stop. So we, you know, try to build the chemistry the next few days, and even in training camp, we did it. And yeah, we want to create something special in the locker room and on the court as well.
Gary Washburn.
Again, it's 2019, you were second sixth man of the year in Oklahoma City, and then last year you started most of the games. What's the difference between coming off the bench and starting, and what would you prefer? I mean, or do you have a preference?
I mean, end of the day is that I'm end of the game. I'm on the court. Of course, it's always great to be a starter as well. And I think everybody knows that as well, that I'm a starter. But, I mean, right here, right now, what we need is whatever coach needs me to do, I do it, you know. So I'm a winning person. I'm a team player. So end of the day, whatever coach is telling me to do, And whatever the group thinks is the best, you're just gonna figure that out, and then everybody just gotta know what situation he is and bring everything he got.
What was that year in Oklahoma City like? Because you guys had Chris Paul,
Mm-hmm.
and for you to come up, was there more freedom? What was that year like to be the sixth man?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of freedom, you know. When I can play and just go out there and play and don't think about nothing, then good things gonna happen. I think that's for a lot of players in this league. You know, just got to give them their freedom a little bit. I've been doing this for a few years now, so OKC was a great year, a great few years I had there, and yeah, I wanna carry that on here.
Abby Chin.
Dennis, my first question is about the hat. You know it's going to get a lot colder.
Yeah.
Here.
My hair is not. It's not looking right. That's the reason why I got the beanie on. So, yeah.
And then Ime talked about the constant switching on schemes.
Mm.
How much do you enjoy that as someone who takes pride on the defensive end?
I mean, for me, it's tough. I never been in an organization where we just, switch everything. So I had to adjust to it a little bit more. But I'm getting used to it a little bit. So just try to, day by day, try to get better at it. And, try to impact the game that way as well. But yeah, still try to learn a little bit.
Yeah, what are the challenges?
I mean, the point switching, sometimes when you switch everything, you get a little bit lazy and just, don't communicate, don't come together on some switches. We've seen it in the game as well, where they had open layups or open threes. So, but we looked at film and tried to get better at it. And yeah, we're going to get better at it.
Thank you.
Final couple of questions. Suichi Terada.
Hey, Dennis, just Ime talked about how you guys maybe overshared and overpassed the ball last game. What's that kind of balance like as a point guard? Just making sure you distribute it, but also,
What is that?
just like Ime talked about oversharing and overpassing the ball. What's that balance like between, making the right play and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's preseason. I mean, when the regular season starts, I think we're going probably, we just got to get to know each other a little bit more. Like he said, oversharing, we did it quite a few times, but I think in the game, we gonna know what we have to do situation-wise. So I'm not worried about that. And overpassing is better than don't pass at all. So we're gonna figure that out.
Final question from Jared Weiss.
Going back to switching, I assume you're probably going over screens and drop coverage for most of your career. So how different is just the way you position yourself when you're switching under screens? And do you have to kind of change the way you gamble for steals versus trying to kind of get ahead of the drive? Yeah,
so it's a lot different. Like I said, I got to get used to it a little bit. But end of the day, whatever, like I said, when coach want me to switch everything, I'll switch everything. So I'm going to figure it out. And we got a few more preseason games to get used to that and try to bring it on the top level.
Wrap it up right there. Thank you, Dennis.